the addition of Heel, do you anticipate a lot of any other roster changes for this series?
Potentially.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to New York Minute for your Saturday edition. We got Aaron Boone's pregame conference. Pregame conference? I don't know what to call it. My voice is still dog shit from going to Yankee Stadium 2 out of the 3 games. Still getting there. A lot of honey, a lot of hot liquids. But guess what? There is no rest for the weary. This is playoff time, and we got to show up to life. We got to show up to New York Minute. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We got Aaron Boone talking about today's matchup against the Blue Jays in Toronto. Game 1, Luis Heel gets the start. Now, I was not in the camp of that. I was in a very unpopular camp from seeing on social media, that's NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. People were disagreeing with me because I thought that Will Warren should start this game. Now, hear me out. Mark Leiter Jr. is off this roster, thank God. So that means Will Warren is going to take Mark Leiter Jr.'s position. But before that happened, I was saying this. I was saying that Will Warren should actually start game 1. Hear me out before you run me out of town. If you start Will Warren game 1, the Yankees historically don't do well on a travel day. After a day off, the Yankees have had both. I'm not saying omit the first game, but if you throw Will Warren out there, then you can go Luis Heel, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Cam Schlittler game 5. Or if you start Will Warren today, you can go Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Cam Schlittler, Luis Heel, if there's a game 5. But the Yankees are going with Luis Heel first because of the days off and the rest. Also, the Yankees, you heard me say endlessly on this channel, is that I wanted Max Fried to be the second starter because he's the stopper. He's 13-3 this year after a loss. So now I get what I want, which is indirectly great. You know what? I have to admit, man, Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, they did a fantastic job in the first round. I know it always looks good when it works out and you win, but they had the Toronto series set up for the pitching rotation as well. So you got Max Fried going game 2, and then the dominoes fall from there. So I got to give it to Baboon. I got to give it to Brian Cashman for their moves this postseason. And now it's a collision course today at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the Toronto Blue Jays. And boy, is this going to be interesting. First time the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees are ever meeting in the postseason, which is odd.
We haven't finalized that. We're still meeting on that stuff. So I can't even tell you right now exactly how it'll end up, what the numbers will be, pitchers, position players. So we'll work through that as the day unfolds today and this evening.
Go to Gary and Andy. Gary can go first.
Hey, Cody seemed like he was limping a little bit at the end yesterday. Is he okay? And you plan on him?
Yeah, he should be good.
He's
Kind
good
of
to go.
bruised his heel. So,
Also, just let me stop this. Side note, yes, Terminator 2 is the best movie. In fact, when you get further away from when T2 came out, it's one of the most solid flicks ever. And if you don't think that it's telling the future right now, I don't know what to tell you. Side note, I just saw the comment, T2 best movie ever. Yes, I completely agree with you. That's why I rock out with You Could Be Mine. I'm a metal guy. I'm a hard rock guy. If you haven't noticed, that's the way that I run the show here. Also, another quick shout out to all my Toronto fans who literally DM'd me, offered me a spot in their home north of the border so I could go to the Yankee game. All right? Listen, thank you so much. You're the kindest people on earth, and you do deserve the rep you get for being so kind, because I was overwhelmed by the amount of people that reached out and were like, bro, your house is my house. Come up here to Toronto. We'll go to the game. It was awesome, dude. I really appreciate it. But let's go back to Bubbles.
yeah, we think he should be good to go.
How do you do that?
It kind of re-aggravated scoring on that play on the base hit, the first run yesterday. Just kind of jammed his heel a little bit when he was rounding third. So he should be all right and should be good to go.
Quitting sugar for 2 weeks can completely transform your body.
Advertisement. Hold on.
Welcome to My Kind of Doctor.
Andy, right there.
Did Heel's performance against the Orioles on the last day of the season influence this decision, or was that not a factor?
No, I mean, no, it's
Could have been him anyway.
yeah, it could have been him, could have been Will. I mean,
See, I don't think it could have been Will. I don't think the Yankees organization is very high on Will Warren. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, keep them coming. Ask anything that you want, guys. This is a live interactive broadcast, so please help yourself to any questions that you have. Yeah, but I don't think that the Yankees organization is very high on Will Warren, and it makes me sad because he did have 33 starts this year, but you can tell he's running out of gas. I don't want to see Will Warren in a high leverage situation. I don't want to see him coming out of the bullpen with something that he hasn't done all year long. I don't want to see the New York Yankees, when they get to the playoffs, change what they did all year long, like benching Jazz in Game 1. Even last year with Oswaldo Cabrera going into second base in the World Series. And you can even see the clip on New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram, I was like, I turned to my friend, I go, why is Cabrera playing second? He hasn't played second all year long. So the Yankees chose for the World Series to start like reinventing baseball. And that's why I said, don't get baseball, keep it simple, stupid. KISS is keep it simple, stupid. Especially when baseball. Don't overcomplicate things, man. The reason it's been played for 120 years, it's a very simple game to figure out, and the Yankees can make it more difficult on themselves. But today's matchup in Toronto, the Rogers Center is going to be rocking, and the Yankees are the only team that can defeat themselves and shoot themselves in the foot. But it seems like the Yankees are a different team that saw the Blue Jays in the middle of the season.
But feel like he's ready for this and in line and, trust him to handle the situation.
And one row behind, Brian.
What have you thought about the way Heel has pitched this season? There's been some talk about him taking velocity off to, maximize
Yeah,
control.
I mean, obviously missed quite a bit of time. Has kind of worked his way back. He's been really effective. It hasn't always been pretty necessarily, but we know what he's capable of. And the bottom line is he's gotten results even since he's come back. So he's not afraid out there. Obviously his delivery and strike throwing is important for him. And when he's doing that, he's very capable.
And then are you set for games 2, 3, 4 also?
Pretty much. Max will go game 2, and we'll probably line it up as you would think.
One row ahead, the second row.
You had the benefit of playing 3 home games. What type of reaction and reception are you guys expecting tomorrow?
I'm sure it'll be raucous. I'm sure it'll be a great environment. We've played in, a lot of important regular season games up here and know how passionate it can get. And I would expect that in overdrive tomorrow, as they've kind of been waiting, through the wild card series to start their own series. So something our guys relish and look forward to. And I'm sure it's going to be a fun environment to be involved in.
Third row to your left, Aaron. Great.
Aaron, how much better do you think your infield defense is since the last time you guys were here?
Last time, quite a bit. Obviously Anthony's playing really well over the last couple months there. Obviously what Mac has brought, Jazz being at full time at second base now. We got a good club, good, we got a good defense, impactful defenders. So, you still got to go play well. But, the times when we were here in the summer, the couple times, wasn't at our best, certainly, and still working through some things. I feel like, obviously.
And that's the thing. It's the tale of two teams. It's who the Yankees were and who they are now. And the New York Yankees are a completely different ball club. You can tell that their confidence has completely changed. They are a team trending in the right direction with all the momentum that they got. That Boston Red Sox series, I was in the building, man. That's the loudest I've heard it since 2009, since the World Series year when I was also in the building. That stadium was absolutely rocking, but you could cut the tension with a knife because it's never fun to play the Boston Red Sox. It's like playing the Mets, okay? The Yankees never have anything to gain from beating the Red Sox or anything to gain from beating the Mets because they're supposed to. And when they don't, that's when we get all of our balls busted. Like, just imagine this Saturday approaching a Jets game tomorrow against the Cowboys, which they're going to lose, and I had no baseball to watch. I would not be a happy man right now. But the Boston Red Sox are not as good as a team as the Yankees, and I said it earlier in the series, and everybody was busting my balls saying that the Red Sox are a better team. Listen, the Yankees are the best team in the American League. I've said it before. And the only team that can beat the New York Yankees is the New York Yankees. That's why the only game that Boone had to manage in Game 1 against the Red Sox, they lost. So I'm worried about Boone overmanaging, overthinking the game in a big spot, which tends to happen with bubbles. But then I hope that this Yankees team plays so well and does everything right so they don't need to bring Boone into the situation. Like I've said before, Cam Schlittler theoretically duct taped Aaron Boone to a chair with his pitching performance because that's what you need to do. You need to take the driving wheel out of the drunk guy's hands, and that dude is Aaron Bubbles Buffoon. But you know what? He has been doing well. He has a good job. But if you guys have caught that episode with Tommy K, my good friend who comes on the show, he wants to come in and talk about Aaron Boone, so that should be good. But guys, I am pumped for this game today. Let me know in the comments below. How are you guys feeling? Ethan, how's the confidence feeling about the New York Yankees? Three amigos. Yeah, dude, the three amigos. Austin Wells, Devin Williams, and Anthony Volpe. Now, the three amigos, bro, they're starting to suck me back in. All right? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Anthony Volpe has been playing very well. Austin Wells has been calling excellent games behind the plate. Austin Wells has been hitting the ball. Austin Wells was surrounded the two biggest plays in that Boston series in Game 2 and Game 3. It's his hit down the line. It's his hot shot to the first baseman that he couldn't even handle. So Wells and Volpe and the bottom of this lineup have been all over the wins that the Yankees have had in the playoffs so far. So the narrative has changed. And also, dude, low-lev Dev is coming in and getting outs on a consistent basis. So why, I don't know what's going on. The Twilight Zone's happening. And I said baseball is a game of patterns. It's a game of peaks and valleys. And right now, our three amigos, Austin Wells, Anthony Volpe, and low-lev Dev, are playing their best baseball this season. So that's a really good sign. I am just worried, completely worried, what will happen in a big situation in Toronto today in the 8th inning when the game is tied and low-lev Dev comes in and he's got the pressure in him. I just hope somebody doesn't poke it over the right field fence like Pete Alonso, because that's what plays in my head in a big spot. Starting pitcher for New York today is Luis Gil, folks. Luis Gil. Let's get back to Bubbles. Oh, by the way, guys, he goes after the Toronto announcer in this press conference. So this should be interesting. And how did I just expand the fucking... Dude, how did I do that? What? I don't know.
Last couple months,
Right.
really started to
Yeah.
play really well. And, contrary to some
Yo,
thoughts
does
up here,
anybody know
we're
how
a
they
really
just
good team.
expanded the whole picture like that?
That's something that's been a theme, I guess, around the team of feeling that way.
What's that?
Is that something that you've kind of expressed to the team about? You said contrary to thoughts up here.
Oh, I know. I know. Buckhead
All right.
had
Here's the
some
bump
thoughts.
quote, by the way.
That's all.
Contrary to thoughts up here.
Oh, I know. I know. Buck had some thoughts. That's all I was.
You know, the Yankees aren't a good team. That's what Buck Martinez said. You know, the Yankees aren't a good team. They got no bullpen. They got no hitting. Hey, listen, chompers, okay? Try to speak past those veneers you got, Martinez, because the Yankees are headed to Toronto, north of the border. And, the Yankees are actually a good team now.
On it too. So he's wrong. But it doesn't matter. We got to go play and we got to go perform as everyone does at this time of year. So we feel really good about our team.
Okay,
We're playing well.
This is okay. This is what we need to talk about. This is the problem. Vinny, nothing personal. You see this question? Do you think we could sweep the Blue Jays? We don't talk about that. We don't think about it. We don't talk about it. It doesn't exist. When you talk about you jinx your team like that, when you even talk, how about we get past game 1? We're already on a sweep. Are you trying to jinx the whole state of New York? I won't even say if they're going to win today. All I do is I will preview these matchups for you. I will give you my fair opinion, but I'm not taking winners or losers. You know how many people I got my DMs on Instagram asking me for betting picks this week? I'm going to start charging for my picks in baseball, and I won't even give them a pick because I think that I'm going to jinx the Yankees by saying anything. So, let's just do this in the comment section here on New York Minute. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's put one foot in front of the other, because a month ago, the people asking if we're going to sweep Toronto were the same guys saying that we weren't going to make the playoffs. So let's keep it grounded. Let's keep it on this planet. And also, talking about keeping it off the planet, the Buffalo Bills sent a "we got your back" to the Toronto Blue Jays today. Yeah, I'm not making that up. The Buffalo Bills, who play in New York, are pulling for the Toronto Blue Jays in this series on their social media today. So for all you jabronis who are always saying, the only New York football team is the Bills. The only New York football team is the Bills because they play in New Jersey. Listen, the Buffalo Bills are backing a Canadian baseball team. They are considered, now in the CFL, they are considered a Canadian football team. I don't want to hear it. Let them just move to Canada. Let the Bills move to Canada. I don't care. Superstition is dumb. Yeah, well, that's your opinion. And my opinion is superstition exists. Okay? And if you talk about it, you're going to jinx your team. So there you go. Let's go back to Bubbles.
But, all that's in the past now. We got to go play well moving forward. And we have the challenge of a new series against another really good team and a really good opponent that, has earned the opportunity to wait out this first series. So we're excited, looking forward to it, and should be a great series.
John in the third row up front.
Obviously, it's all about looking forward right now, but as your thought goes back to last night and just the performance by Cam, and whether it's seeing it on TV or seeing him or anything like that, what goes through your mind as you think about that again from last night and what he did?
Yeah, what a great night. It was just an unbelievable atmosphere at Yankee Stadium with so much on the line, a Game 7 type.
Yeah, that stadium, like I've told you before, I've been to over 380 Yankee games. I'm approaching 100 playoff games. I'm about at 88 playoff games I've been to. And that was the loudest it's been since 2009. Loudest I've heard the new stadium since 2009. Not even when they won the World Series. The loudest it got in 2009 was when A-Rod hit that home run against the Twins and broke out of his slump. That's another thing I wanted to say about this. The Yankees got past the Boston Red Sox without Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Trent Grisham hitting for power. That's a great sign, guys. Because in baseball, if everybody's hot at once, that means that they all could get cold at once, too. So it's good to have guys staggered with getting hot and starting that rotation. So Aaron Judge, Big G, and Trent Grisham, I expect to have really big series in this series against Toronto. Toronto's hurt. Toronto's got old pitching. They don't have a lot of pitching. I think the Yankees have the edge in starting pitching. I think they have the edge in bullpen. And now I think they have the edge in roster. With Bichette being out and Vlad Jr. being your best hitter, who's only got 23 home runs, when Austin Wells, our 9 hitter, has as much home runs as your $500 million Toronto man. I don't know. Home field advantage might play a huge role in this. The Yankees historically don't play well in the Rogers Center. That is true. I will be the first one to call the Yankees out on this. But like I said before, the Yankees are a different team. They're not the same team that was losing all those games to the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. And now it's payback time for the New York Yankees and the AL East.
Experience, right? Against a division opponent, against your rival that you have a ton of history with, this year and obviously years past. And, Cam that's his, that'll be an outing probably talked about when a lot of us are gone. So it was a special night and a special performance.
All right, let's get some of the questions here. Jose, who's the starting pitcher? We got that from you. All right, Jose, do you believe in Hill getting it done today? I think Hill's good for 5 innings. This is my prediction for Hill's line today. 4 2/3, 4 walks, 4 hits, 1 earned run. So my prediction for Luis Gil today is there's a lot of action on the bases, a lot of walks, not great accuracy, but somehow he gets us through, let's say 5 innings, okay? So let's do this. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 walks, 1 earned run, 89 pitches. That's my prediction. That's his line for Luis Gil today. Jonathan says, go Blue Jays today. Love the channel. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jonathan. And to all my Toronto fans, you guys are really good sports, and I appreciate it. I got to admit, man, I was really looking forward to this. Like, when obviously, I want to see the Yankees beat the Boston Red Sox brains in all the time. Obviously, I want to see that. But, now with this channel, by the way, 97 days in a row, post-game shows on here on New York Minute. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. But in the back of my head, I was like, yo, dude, we get to have a 5-game set against all my new Toronto followers on New York Minute. You guys have been here as much as the Yankee fans, as much as the Red Sox fans, even more so. And I appreciate the support you guys give me. And just like I said earlier in the broadcast, man, you guys were I had 4 different Canadian people offer me spots in their home to go to the game. I mean, you wouldn't get that in New York, okay? Let's just say that hospitality, okay, that Canadian hospitality is not extended past the border into New York here. But I just want to say I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you very much. Yeah, so Luis Gil, I say 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks. As usual, 89 pitches, and then we go into the bullpen. And the bullpen scares me. They're really rusted. That's great. I didn't get to see the roster. Is Yarborough on this roster yet? Does anybody know? I need some help from you guys sometimes too, if Yarborough's on this one. Because Mark Leiter Jr. is not on this lineup. Luis Gil is taking his place, and I love that. I think Will Warren could take Mark Leiter Jr.'s place. I mean, I think a mop and a bucket could take Mark Leiter Jr.'s place. And I'm happy to see him go because Aaron Buffoon was a little too happy to use him all the time. And he was always like, oh man, I believe in his stuff. I believe in his stuff. And it's like, well, you're the only one in the building that does.
Seat in the back and the left, Brendan.
We talked to Cam about the Red Sox fans going hard at his family on social media. How did you go through that with him and help him get through that?
Cam, not at all. Cam's a tough kid, and
Yeah, so that's one of the stories coming out of the Boston series. So Cam Schlittler's a Boston dude. Now, Vinny, you don't have to say sorry, man. Vinny, I am just busting your chops, bro. Listen, I get mental. Let me take the sunglasses off of this. I get mental about baseball. All of this is tongue-in-cheek, guys. Like, if I say stuff like that, Vinny, to you, obviously I'm not being serious. I'm being tongue-in-cheek. I'm just the kind of guy, I sit in my driveway until the inning's over so the Yankees score more runs. I know it has nothing to do with the outcome, and what I do has zero impact on the game, but I am still going to do that. Like, I remember the Greg Bird playoff game where the Yankees beat the Indians at the time 1-0, and Greg Bird hit that home run in the first inning. Dude, I did not move from my spot. I was walking to my seats in the bleachers. I see Greg Bird hit the home run. I stopped in that spot, and I watched the whole game from that spot because that's where the run was scored. And my friend Paul with me, you might have seen his eyebrows last postseason. I made him and his future wife not move from that spot. I was like, you're not going, where are you going? You're not going to the bathroom. You're not going to get another drink. You're staying right here so the Yankees win. I just want to go all the way. Let's go Yankees. Absolutely, guys. Also, let me know in the comments, how long have you guys been Yankee fans? How long have you been a Blue Jays fan? Give me some background information about your fandom, guys, because just so I know who you're talking to.
You know, I know going to handle any slings and arrows. You know, social media can be an ugly place sometimes, unfortunately. You know, we try to prepare our guys and obviously support our guys in so many different ways. But, you know, Cam is broad-shouldered, confident, clear-eyed. And
that's what I was going to say. Cam Schlittler, born and raised Red Sox fan, born and raised in Massachusetts, still lives there, Bruins fan, 15 miles out of Boston, the whole bit. And Boston fans were attacking him and his family on social media. That just shows that the Boston fans have no couth, like usual. They're low-life white trash, and they're a step above Philly fans. So that's what you get. I know New York fans aren't the greatest fans, but the Boston Red Sox fans are just real white inbred trash. So that's what happens up in Massachusetts. And that's what happens when you live north of Connecticut, is you start banging your own sister, like Red Sox fans do. Because, I mean, if it's any indication of the way that the women look at the Red Sox games, they're all inbred. Hey, what's up, Will? What's going on, brother? I appreciate the support as always, and we love you guys right back at New York Minute.
You know, I don't think going to be affected by much.
You guys are a team filled with stars and the New York Yankees. Just what do you tell your team and your players about social media and about what they could encounter?
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right down to your...
Have you ever wanted to see your home
Yeah, I mean,
from space?
everyone's different.
What was that advertising? Why the fuck would I want to see my house from space? Why would I want to look at space in space?
Some people can engage in it and be fine with it, and that's okay. For those, though, that you know are going to be can be infected or influenced, you know, I encourage them to stay away, especially this time of year. So
it's fucking internet today. Let's do this. I have a very good point from a fan about the Boston Red Sox. Danny, don't forget, criminally obese, not just obese. Think about how fat you got to be against the law. Okay? To be brought up on charges. Yo, my camera's not even working now. Yo, I think YouTube is sabotaging me, by the way. Did I just get kicked? Yo, I think I just got kicked on YouTube. Hold on. All right. I think we're okay. They shut my camera down. Bro, what's going on here? Yo, I started talking shit about Red Sox. There we go. I'm back, baby. Let's go. little technical difficulties. The call's coming from inside the house.
So everyone's got to make that decision for themselves. It's right there at your fingertips all the time. It can be a cesspool. At the end of the day, it's a lot of noise, and it shouldn't be something that's in.
There were 10 players on the Yankees in July when they lost to Toronto that are gone now. There is no comparison. Efros, Brubaker, Leiter, Bader, just a few names. Yeah, dude. Isn't that great? Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that comment, bro. Just think about those names, man. Scott Efros, Brubaker, Leiter, and Bader. Bro, we thought they were the future. And then it's like Cam Schlittler shows up and Will Warren shows up. That's amazing. And by the way, Egyptian said that his first man crush was Don Mattingly. Well, you and about 11 million other New Yorkers, bro. So don't feel bad. There's nothing wrong with that. Don Mattingly, like when you grew up in New York, around my age, when you grew up in New York, Don Mattingly was like, you look up in the dictionary what a baseball player looked like, it was Donnie Baseball, man. With the stash, with the stance, like, that dude was baseball. Vinny's got a Thurman Munson jersey, 63 diehard. Vinny, yo, thanks for the support, brother. I appreciate it, man. Guys, also tell me where your hometown's from in New York. I'd love to hear where you guys are from. I'm a Long Island guy. That's where I rest my head. I'm a water boy right on the beach. And I know that we got a lot of fans from all over the place. But let's get back to this Aaron Boone press conference.
Impacting you, so you can find out how great you think you are or how terrible you think you are, and it's all there for you if you want to go searching for it. So our job is to not let any of that become a distraction. And everyone's different in how they engage in it, how they interact in it, how they can handle it. So if it's something that's going to get to you, I encourage our guys to get away from it.
More Dave on your far left, third row.
In a similar vein to that, Aaron, you've been doing this for a long time as a player and manager. He spoke so matter-of-factly about just saying, yeah, I was angry about it and I wanted to make him pay for it. Have you seen many guys been able to do that? I mean, to be able to harness it and to basically do what you wanted to do with it?
You know, every situation's different. Every guy's different again. You know, with Cam, though, I know he's got a really good head on his shoulders. You know, he's got a really good demeanor and disposition about him, as well as being really confident kid and confident in his ability. And so, you know, there's probably part of him that, you know, likes some of it and likes to be able to go out and back it up with his play.
As soon as I started talking shit about Red Sox fans. All right, so listen, I will be here. I know that the audio is all jacked up, so I will try to pronunciate for you guys. I will be here, New York Minute. I'm going to go live during the game, okay? I hope that we don't have all these goddamn technical difficulties.